Welcome back to KVUE News Midday. So many of you have been struggling financially during this pandemic. Millions have had to file for unemployment. And so we thought this was a great opportunity to bring in two Austin natives who are financial experts. They have a YouTube channel called 2 Cents and offer terrific tips on a regular basis. And so we are lucky enough to have them join us today. Philip Olson, Julia Lorenz Olson, thank you so much for being here. I know so many people are stressed about this situation right now, and some of the viewer questions we've gotten is a lot of people have been taking money out of their retirement savings, even their regular bank savings. What kinds of things should we keep in mind right now?
Yeah, it's really hard when that's the last option that you've got to go to. We've been really encouraging people to do every possibility they can think of before tapping into those types of accounts, because there's a lot of penalties and taxes if you pull those out before you are old enough. And so if there's anything you can fall back on, maybe some of the stimulus assistance money or unemployment or anything, do that first, because the haircut and the loss you're going to receive by pulling that money out is so intense. It's really not worth it if you can avoid it at all.
Right. We're in kind of a unique time where sometimes it actually might be more beneficial to put things on a credit card than it would be to take out of retirement accounts.
That's good to keep in mind for sure. If you have a Roth, is there a difference? Because in Roth IRAs, I know you put money in so that you don't have to pay taxes when you take out.
There is a difference. So Roth IRA will be a little less painful or 401k to pull funds out of, because your original principal contributions, how much you added essentially, can reduce how much of that is withheld from taxes or penalties. But if you have any gains or growth on those accounts, it's going to be hit pretty hard. And so it's not as bad. And if you had to make a choice between a pre-tax or a Roth account you're pulling from, it's kind of picking from two not great options,
right?
But the Roth will be a little bit better.
I know so many of us have been told that when it comes to paying your mortgage, things like that, that you can delay those payments. But I've also heard some folks suggesting that we not do that. What do you all recommend, and what have you been telling people?
I think the key now when it comes to these, like your really essential expenses, which are like keeping a roof over your head, your utilities, keeping up with your basic debt payments, the best thing that you can do is be proactive and really dig into the contacts that you have with that company. Like, you have to be very, very proactive and tell them exactly what is happening in your life. And you can't just do that once if you're in a sort of volatile scenario where maybe 1 week you've got a lot of unemployment income, or you've got a side gig, and then the next week you don't. You have to basically just make it a new part of your financial life that you're consistently talking with them, because every private company has different rules and different approaches. So I would say that if you need relief, know that you're not alone. And right now there's kind of safety found in numbers, that a lot of people are probably needing the same thing. So companies have a way of dealing with them, but you have to ask. Nothing is automatic.
I think this is a really great time for those of us with children to kind of use some financial lessons to teach our kids some things that maybe we could have even done better as adults. So what are you recommending that we do as families in talking about our finances? Maybe this has brought some good conversation to the table.
Absolutely. Our daughter just turned 2, so she's still a little too young for these conversations, but she won't be for long.
Yeah.
We really encourage parents to be transparent and to talk about what's happening financially. They're going to figure it out anyway. It may as well be you who delivers the information. If things are difficult, you're having to make some difficult conversations, let them know that this is going to affect us as a family, and we can kind of chip in together and make things a little bit better, maybe in, how we're shopping, or, what kind of expectations we set as a family. kids of different ages can understand financial concepts differently, and you don't want to be teaching advanced, credit or investment ideas to a 5-year-old. But at every single age, it's pretty easy to find online what psychologists recommend as appropriate age-wise for kids. And as they get older, we would hope that by the time they graduate high school, they really understand all of these different financial concepts, the good ones like making money and spending money, and the challenging ones like maybe difficulty of keeping your budget in hard times, or maybe even managing unemployment. A lot of us grew up in a household where money wasn't talked about a whole lot. It may have been a little bit taboo, and we think that should probably change, something that we can work to be a little bit more open and more clear with our children.
Yeah, maybe some good lessons that will come out of all of this. So Julia and Philip, we appreciate you all so much for being here. Your 2 Cents podcast and YouTube channel are awesome, and so we'll be sure to link to that on KVUE.com so that these folks who watch us can get some great tips on you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.